Hey everybody, it's me and it's time for a video, and today's video is all about being successful. How do you become successful in any field? Well, the first thing we have to talk about is the concept of mastery or being an expert. If you want to call yourself, if you truly want to call yourself an expert in any field, that doesn't matter what it is, whether it's plumbing or electrical, I don't even care what degrees you have or what certifications you have. Being certified is not the same as being an expert. To be an expert, you have to have 10,000 professional hours in your field in order to call yourself an expert, or to call yourself a master at that skill or that topic, if it's an educational or academic topic or whatever the case may be. 10,000 hours. Now that sounds like a lot. 10,000 hours is actually only 5 years of professional work. That means 5 years in the field actually doing it makes you an expert, not a certification. Anybody can study and pass a test. Well, most people can. There are some people that struggle with that. Some people may be a master but not be able to pass the test. The fact of the matter is 10,000 experienced hours in the field, that means actually doing it, not studying for it, actually doing it, makes you an expert. Then you're a master at it. Now, to be successful, you also have to learn the concept of practice makes perfect, especially if you're in a skilled trade like welding or carpentry or something like that. Practice makes perfect. That means getting out and doing it more. The most you do it, the better off you are. Even if it's a performing field like music or acting or something like that, the more you're doing it, the better you'll become at it. So, practice makes perfect. But how do you know you've practiced enough on that perfect weld? Or how do you know if you've practiced enough on that horn solo that you're trying to pull off? Well, I'm going to tell you how you know. It's not practicing until you get it right. It's practicing until you get it wrong. Or, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It's not practicing until you get it right. It's practicing until you can't get it wrong. Right? I mean, if you practice until you get it right one time and then tomorrow you go to do it again and you get it wrong, then you didn't practice enough. So you need to be able to do the thing right away cold. If it's a horn solo, pick up the horn, play the solo. If it's a piano solo, sit down at the piano, play the solo, and not mess up. If you can do it without getting wrong, then you've practiced hard enough and long enough. So, now we've talked about mastery in any field, 10,000 professional hours. Then we're talking about how much practice you need to do to perfect something. Now, for some people, that practice may be 1 hour total. For some people, it may be an hour a day for a week. For some people, it may be a lifetime. It all depends on how much experience you have prior, what your drive is, and how much effort you're really putting into it. If it's quality practice, then you know you're doing it right. But don't stop until you can't get it wrong. Over and over and over again. I had a band director one time, his famous line was, when we got something right, he said, let's do that again, make sure it wasn't a mistake. And that's the idea. So, it doesn't matter if you're a cheerleader, a football player, learning new plays, a basketball player, volleyball player. It doesn't matter. Batting practice, pitching practice. All these things that you have to practice to get better at. Practice until you can't get it wrong. If you're playing baseball and you can't hit that strike zone with every pitch, then you got to keep practicing, yeah? So that's it. That's the video for this week. It's all about learning how to become successful and how to learn when you're a master and when you're an expert and when you've practiced enough. It's not enough to get certified or get a piece of paper that says, okay, you passed the test. That doesn't do it. You're still not an expert. And I don't care, you put 1 year in the field, you're still not an expert. You put 2 years in, you're still not an expert. 5 years, 2,040 hours or 2,080 hours, I forget which it is how many hours the average person works in a 40-hour week scenario in a year. So, 5 years, 10,000 hours. then you're an expert or a master. Then you can come and tell me, hey, I'm an expert at this. Otherwise, I'm going to say, not yet, you're not. No matter how good you are, no matter how much you how much experience you have up until that point, until it's 10,000 hours, I'm not calling you an expert. Sorry. That's just the hard truth of the matter. You have to put in the time. It's more than passing a test. It's more than learning the skill. You have to hone that skill, and you have to be able to prove it over time. I mean, it's just like anything else. You get it right one time, that doesn't mean you're good at it. Because if every other time you get it wrong, you're not a master. Okay, so mastery, practice, it all makes perfect if you keep going. You got to work at it to get there. So the last thing I'm going to tell you about this video, actually, and I almost forgot this part. The last part that I'm going to tell you is make sure not to chase the money. Now, I know that sounds counterproductive. It sounds like, well, but yeah, I'm getting into this career because of the amount of money I can make at it. That's irrelevant. How much money you can make at something is irrelevant. The question is how much are you worth? Now, you determine that based on your experience, right? And if you're a master and you're an expert and you're the best at it, the money's going to come. No matter what it is. Trust me. If you're the best, the money's going to find you. Clients will find you. A, because of word of mouth, and B, because they're going to see your advertisements and see your work. Let your work speak for yourself, too. Don't brag about your work. Just let your work do it for you. A lot of my career was spent doing work for other companies because my work was quality. When I did an arrangement for a strolling band, it was a good arrangement for a strolling band. If I wrote a show, it was a good show. If I designed something, I made sure it wasn't going to fall apart in the middle of its use, you know. So, again, 10,000 hours, and I was an expert at these things. So, but let your work speak for yourself. You don't have to brag about it. I mean, it's okay to be proud of your work. It's okay to be proud and say, "Hey, look what I did. You know, this is great. I'm very proud of this." It's another thing to go, "Yeah, well, I did this and I did that." So, have a good one. Take care, and we'll see you next time.